Hello students, as you all know that our chapter 5 morphology of flowering plants is going on, and we will study today androecium and then gynoecium and then presentation. Androecium is composed of stamens. So this is male reproductive whorl, and stamen is also called microsporophyll, means where in the stamen pollen grains are formed. So each anther is usually bilobed, and each lobe has two chambers, that is the pollen sacs. The pollen grains are produced in the pollen sacs. So a sterile stamen, sterile means where pollen grains are not formed. The stamen in which pollen grains are not formed is called staminode. Stamens of flower may be united with other members such as petals or among themselves. When stamens are attached to the petals, then they are called epipetalous condition. For example, in brinjal. Brinjal is the example for epipetalous condition. Or epiphyllous when these are attached to the perianth, as in the flower of lily. If they are attached to perianth, then they are called epiphyllous condition, and if they are attached to the petals, then they are called epipetalous condition. So the stamens in flower may either remain free. If the stamens are free, then the condition is called polyandrous, and they may also be united in varying degrees. So the stamens may be united into one bunch, that is called monoadelphous. In next slide you can see the diagram of monoadelphous, as in China rose. All the stamens are fused together. Or if the stamens are present in two bundles, that is condition is called diadelphous, as in P. 1 plus 9, 10 stamens are present, 1 is separate and 9 are fused together. Or into more than two bundles, that is polyadelphous condition, as in citrus. Citrus means lemon, citrus family. There is a variation in the length of filaments within a flower, as in salvia and mustard, means stamens are of different length. So stalk of stamen with adjective is called filament, and upper stolon fertile part of stamen is called anther. So it's a monothecous, means it's having one lobe. Dithecous means having two lobes, and in the lobes their pollen sacs are present, microsporangia, which are producing microspores, or also called pollen grains. Told you that when stamens are united together in varying degrees, stamens may be united into one bunch, that is monoadelphous. Example is China rose. You can see in the diagram. And if there are two bundles, then they are called diadelphous. Means one separate and nine are fused together. As in P. Example is P. You have to learn the examples very well. And into more than two bundles, then it's called polyadelphous. Example is citrus. In this diagram, you can see different parts of flower. Upper one is structure of anther, and lower one is gynoecium, means pistil. So we have studied about androecium. Now we will study about gynoecium. Gynoecium is the female reproductive part of the flower and is made up of one or more carpels. A carpel consists of three parts. So first, upper one is stigma, then style, and the ovary. Ovary is the enlarged basal part on which lies the elongated tube, the style, and style connects the ovary to the stigma. Stigma usually lies at the tip. It is slightly sticky and helps to that pollen grains can land on it. And then each ovary bears one or more ovules attached to the flattened cushion-like placenta. When more than one carpel is present, they may be free, as in lotus and rose, and the condition is called apocarpous condition. And they are called syncarpous when carpels are fused together, as in mustard and in tomato. After fertilization, the ovules develop into seeds and the ovary matures into fruit. Placentation. As the name indicates, it's placenta. What is placenta? Placenta is basically a parenchymatous tissue inside the ovary where ovules are born. It means that the number, position, and arrangement or distribution of ovules inside an ovary is called placentation. how the ovules are arranged in the ovary. So this is of 5 types. First one is marginal, second one is parietal, third is axile, and free central and basal. First of all, we'll study about marginal. One or two alternate rows of ovules occur longitudinally along the ridge in the wall of the ovary in the area of fusion of its two margins or ventral suture. So, for example, P, cassia, acacia, all these are ovaries unilocular, means one locule is present in the ovary. Marginal presentation is found in monocarpellary pistils of Leguminosae family. For example, as I have told you, P, cassia and acacia, etc. Next one is parietal. Parietal is ovules are born on the inner wall of unilocular ovary of multicarpellary syncarpous gynoecium. Syncarpous means when carpels are fused together. Example is cucumber. And when means that it's unilocular, but due to false septum it becomes bilocular. Then next one is axile. Axile, it occurs in syncarpous pistils. The ovary is partitioned into two or more chambers. Placenta occur in central region where the septa meet so that an axile column bearing ovules is formed. So example is shoe flower, lemon and tomato, etc. If you cut the tomato in between, then you can see there are three chambers are present and seeds are present on the inner side of the chamber. So you can all see by cutting tomato. So this type of presentation is called, it's present in China rose, it's present in tomato, etc. Axile presentation. The next one is free central. Ovules are born on the central axis and septa are absent. So ovules are born around a central column which is not connected with the ovary wall by any septum. For example, dianthus, primose is the example and Selene is the example. So free central means ovules are present in the center with on the central axis and septa are absent. So next one is basal. A single ovule is born at the base of unilocular ovary. Pistil can be monocarpellary or syncarpous, but ovary is unilocular. Right, bears a single placenta at the base with generally one single ovule. Example is sunflower, marigold, etc. are the examples. So this is all about presentation. This slide is showing the diagrams which we have studied in the previous slide about presentation. First one is marginal presentation, then axile, then free central and parietal presentation, and basal presentation is visible in these diagrams.